As being a swordcraft kind of, he was a very big supporter of swordcraft as a class and brought it really far, maybe further than anybody had ever done in kind of the Shadowverse Open. But here we see Noah, the one without sword, and NGEHacterox going to be the one carrying that torch now. Let's see who will come out on top. It's going to be Shadow versus Blood. We've seen this matchup a few times. Give me a rundown based on what the situation is for both of these players. Who are your guys' favorites to win? Who do you think is going to take the match? And who would you put your money on, Exo? And then Envy, I guess you're going to have to take the other person. But talk to us about it.
Well, I've met Noah. Noah's a cool cat, and I've played against him in the competitive scene. I think he's a very excellent player. Like, he does not make mistakes from what I can see. I mean, you know, just like everybody, he has some kind of margin for error, but he doesn't make them often. So I'd have to go with Noah. What do you think, Envy?
I mean, NGEHacterox is on sword, so as long as he brings it out, then of course he's going to win. The underdog always wins, so.
That's true. Sword always finds a way. And to kind of go against what Rainey said, we are seeing a lot of sword. It's just getting banned a lot. Not so much in the NA side, but on the European side. The European side, sword got almost banned out completely on the day, which is very surprising. People were not ready to play against that deck.
Well, I mean, it's like you said, sword always finds a way. Like, they can just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 you, and, you know, what do? If they found that, then you lose, so.
Right. So, beyond the players, the matchup is actually pretty straightforward. Each of these players is pretty much just playing aggressive lineups. Mid-range may be the most controlling of the decks, but it's still an aggressive deck at heart. So it really just depends on how these players play their turns. Like, this should be a really good matchup.
The early game for these decks is very, very dry. Both players just trading continuously. This is probably right around when someone can evolve, is the first huge swing turn. We see a Vanya and a Bloodkin coming in for that face damage and board control.
Yeah, one of the combos that makes the bat deck very strong. Vanya, the 2/2 that can summon a bat when she evolves, while also dealing damage when bats come into play. Summon Bloodkin, of course, summoning 2 bats. So that's a very strong combo turn.
NGEHacterox flipping it around with his own top deck, getting a Cerberus. It's going to leave all the bats in play, though, making Night Horde a pretty good card. He does just have Angel the Word to finish off Cerberus anyway, though.
Yeah, I think Angel the Word plus the Curse Brand Vampire for the turn, and then Evo one of the bats to go face.
Usually 1/1 sort of token creatures, I guess. Bats are kind of like token creatures, since you can't put them in your deck. But they usually don't get evolved unless you're playing like super aggro and you just want to get that base damage. You don't care about the value of your evolves, you just care about hitting them for as much as you can every turn.
Right, and this, especially aggro bats, can kind of showcase the difference between using your evolves for value, like you were saying, and literally just forgoing all value from them and just going completely face. You tend to evolve, in aggro bats you tend to evolve bats, for one, which are just 1/1 token creatures, and then you also evolve sometimes 1-drops even, like Curse Brand Vampire, Rambling Wraith. Those will come down as evolves just to get that face damage, and that's a pretty stark contrast from what NGEHacterox is doing, where he wants to evolve for board control in this matchup, but his deck usually goes for value evolves. Face game evolves would come in when Eekter is playable, but not early game like a bat.
Okay, this one's all me.
Now this is an interesting move from Noah. So instead of using the Night Horde to clear out the entire board, he's choosing to put up a ward that might actually give value to that Lurching Corpse that might not otherwise been valuable here.
He does flood a bit, though, while maintaining 2 bats. He'll also, when the corpse attacks Vite, he'll create another bat from the clash of that.
That's true. It is true. But with the Mimi Coco in hand, that kind of gets the Vite out of there without worrying too much about generating too much value. And I guess the Lurching Corpse still doesn't have anything to attack into if he does choose to go that way. So,
right, Corpse can't attack followers unless they have ward, so I do think he wants this to attack Vite.
Yeah.
He may actually, he may play, he might play Coco on it to make sure that it trades for 2.
It's just like the easy play for me in my mind this turn would be to do something like Lurching Corpse attack into Fight. If Fight doesn't die, then you can Mimi it. Or is it Coco? I always forget which one does what. And then you can play
buff,
the
Mimi is the aerial strike.
Okay, Mimi is the damage. Yeah, then Mimi the Vite and then play another Death's Breath just to protect, yeah.
Yeah, Death's Breath. Either of those plays, Coco into trading would have given you enough shadows for the Death's Breath. Either of those would have worked. I'm not sure which would have ended up with less bats on board, but ooh.
Okay, so here we're going to see Noah kind of start running out of steam, but he does have the Caraboss, like we saw, like we saw on Mango's side of the board. We'll see if it can get it done for Noah, but he's in a tough spot here, facing down at least an Ektar or maybe even just a Thane this turn. Pretty strong.
He can play Skull Beast or the Coco into the Eector. Make sure all these bats die. Well, not all of them, but one. Because Eector actually will also... he doesn't only give Rush to the zombies, he gives Rush to any other followers you play that turn as well, so...
Yep. +2/+0 and Rush to everything. And now we're going to see the huge shift. So that Ektar turn basically put Noah on the back foot. And realistically, I don't think Caraboss is fast enough to win the game through an Ektar board that BHANHacterox has presented, so...
Definitely not. That's also like, oh man, I think he's just gonna play the Caraboss because he feels like he has to, but if another Eector is drawn here, this is just 100% over.
Yep, we've got 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, yeah. Wow,
hey, okay. Lamau.
Good old caster, Chris. Good job, Envy. Good job.
He has Coco left. No, it's just, oh man. He's gonna overkill.
So much damage.
Oh man.
You know, we were trying to have a fair game here where Noah had at least another turn, but no, you had to go and spoil that. I blame you.
Sorry. My bad. I mean, he's playing mid-range Shadow. It's kind of what mid-range Shadow is known to do, so...
It's true. So, mid-Shadow is out of it now, so let's see if BHANHacterox's sword deck can take out both of the remaining decks for Noah. We'll see how strong this sword can be.
I believe.
If Noah gets taken down by a sword, I'm going to feel bad for him. I'll tell you that much. Again, as Rainey was saying, Noah brought sword every week to Season 1 and did extremely well with it, and now he's just not playing it. If he loses to it, he's gonna regret something. I feel it.
So what's going first? With a mediocre-ish hand. Ugh.
Not a bad curve. Could definitely draw into a better curve, though. Always looking for that Alice, of course.
Trading away Council to find Albedas is not, you know, the best.
Not the best, but now his curve's looking really good on the play. It has that Geno, one of the best 4-drops in the game, and that's really good on the play because it's a 4-drop 4/3. It gains Rush without evolution, and can just smack a dude on the play. When you don't get your evolves first, it's a really strong play.
Ooh, another one. It's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here in his hand, so...
Yep. I think we're just going to start seeing a value game. These are my best work. Yes. But as Sword is known to do, like you said, they just get there.
Ooh, Macy. Makes sense, you know, when you're playing neutrals. For those of you who don't know what that card is, the 2-mana, 2-play point 2/2, and when it evolves, I think it does get full stats. It's a 4/4, and if you have a neutral neutral follower on your side of the board when you would do that, you get a sort of Sledgehammer Exorcist effect. You get to kill an enemy follower. So,
one of the strongest evolution mechanics in the game on Maisie. That's one of the reasons why people choose to play neutral sword, is because of effects like that. Or we see Levy from Rune, where you get the Crimson Source, or we see the Lyrials, that kind of stuff. Maisie's just like, I don't care what you are, you're dead.
Yeah. Just like Sledgehammer, but Macy is 1 mana less, and she does have the full stats on Evolve. You do need a neutral follower in play, but if your whole deck is neutral, then you don't care. Fang Blade Slayer.
Interesting that Noah did not play the Wise Merman there. Especially like when you're playing against Sword and Gino is a realistic play, I think it would have made this turn a lot better for him. And maybe he was afraid of the value trade from the Angel of the Word, but I like that. I would like it if Angel of the Word value traded, because it means 2 damage not going to my face.
My wings are killing me.
That's true. He also just had Lyriel anyway. If Gino attacked a 2-2, it would be stuck at 1 always on 4, so...
That's true. Let's see what he decides to follow up with here. Okay. Playing the other Lyriel out. Deciding to save the Faria instead of the Lyriel in hand. For the pump action.
Hacterox draws a Bladed Hedgehog. Can't make use of Macy just yet, since everything well, just Bladed Hedgehog can come down next to it, but it's a Swordcraft follower, so...
So, skewing a little bit from traditional neutral Sword, playing a lot less neutral followers. With Bladed Hedgehog, Fangblade Slayer, Genos, Mazes, and Alwidas, yeah, just no neutral followers to be found right now.
Well, to be fair, I think you have to play Gino. He's just...
Yeah.
He's kind of like one of the reasons...
Probably one of the best 4-drops. Yeah. Yeah, in the game, yeah. Very good. So Noah has a plethora of ways to deal with this turn.
He does. I do think Angel of the Word is a bit better than developing Alice.
Yes. I think that Angel of the Word plus Faria is a really good turn. I think that Angel of the Word plus Wise Merman plus Goblin is a really great turn, especially against Sword. Going wide against Sword is really nice, because Sword doesn't have a lot of mechanics to, like, empty a big board. So I kind of like filling here, and then Alice next turn with Faria on 6. That seems so strong, actually. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Never mind. I was gonna say, like you were saying, ooh, he goes with the Alice play instead. I liked the Angel of the Word fill-in plays better, but one of Sword's bigger weaknesses that they have in the game is they don't really have too many ways of board clearing. They have one singular card, Cyclone Blade, that can attack the board, but it's not very good. So
yeah, we don't normally see it because it requires to have something in play in order to activate. Basically what it does is it's 5 play points spell. Also. Yeah, it's a 5 play point spell that deals damage equal to the follower's power that you target to everything else in play. So it'll actually kill your own followers
too. So it also
too, if
kills
you
your
have
stuff.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly.
There's just plenty of reasons not to play it.
Right.
Let's play again.
Defensive Alwida's coming down, even dumping his Evolve just to get rid of things on the board.
Yep, playing the very late game playstyle here. Those Bladed Hedgehogs not getting very much value this game at all.
They are not. They're basically just dead. It also kind of, it feels bad to be playing Sword, the deck that, the class that originally dominated the game through sheer stats. Like Floral Fencer on 4 used to be like rage-inducingly hard to get rid of. And here, just neutral cards. He's just playing neutral cards in Runecraft, and he's being outstatted. Poor Hacterox.
Alright, so now he's going to set up the Faria. Council Card Knight's finally being drawn.
Yeah, he can also play Macy with this. These are all neutral, so...
Finally gets a chance to play Macy on turn 7. Very good.
Turn 7, yep. What a great card. She does get value, though. She gets 6 power off the board. Ooh, aw. Hacterox.
Well, he might have to clear the Bane out here. Yeah, and then...
Attack the 1/3 ward and then value trade the Merman, I do believe, into the Mazy.
Yeah, I think that's the best play. And then save the Evolution Orb for the Faria still. Or something better down the line.
Well, he can't evolve fully because she evolved herself, but...
Right.
Fangblade Slayer getting some value.
No.
So Fangblade Slayer, one of the heaviest statted minions in the game, followers in the game, at a 3/8 with Russian Bane. And when it attacks, it deals its power and damage to your opponent immediately, which makes it a very strong card.
Kind of like it almost has Storm, not really. I mean, it's probably better than Storm if they have a follower in play, but...
Yes. Much worse if they don't, though. So I've seen games where the Fangblade Slayers hit into an empty board when it could be lethal, and then their opponent's winning on the following turn. So it's got a drawback, but it's very minuscule.
It's gonna double shoot it with the Hector and the Angel of the Ward, who are also both buffed by that Alice.
And this is actually a lethal turn if Hackrox can't find something to deal with this, because at the moment he doesn't have a way to clear any of the followers on Noah's side, so this might be top deck or lose here.
That's game. Not quite yet. He can get rid of the Angel of the Ward.
Yes. The top deck was good.
Well, it was enough. I don't know about good.
it was enough. Yes, it was enough. It wasn't an Albert
finally able to dump out these Hedgehogs too.
Yeah, and get value out of them. Hedgehog kind of nice if you play them early. They're 2 play point 1/3s, and then when an opponent's follower dies, they get pumped. Gilgamesh! Oh, I love it. I love it.
That feel when your draw was enough, but it wasn't enough because they had Gilgamesh anyway.
Because they had Gilgamesh anyway. So Gilgamesh being adopted by so many neutral decks now, just being an 8 play point 5/4 with Storm. Not anything out of the ordinary. Just a big old follower that can win the turn you play it. Very interesting.
I guess the decks just feel like having that extra reach, and then it can also be buffed by Alice if it's bricked into your hand. So.
Actually had a game on the ladder I was playing earlier today where I had an 8 attack Gilgamesh before Evo, and my opponent rage quit on me. That was a fun one.
That's disgusting. They should have, yeah.
They
should have also reported you.
Yes, reported, typed up an email, send that to Cygames customer support. Cygames, please. Exilium is abusing me. I don't like it.
Please save me.
Cygames, please. Hey, 1m1 for Noah and BHANHacterox here. So it's come down to the wire. Sword versus Bat Blood. Based on what you guys seen from the Swordcraft deck, I mean, I feel like he came pretty close, right? You hit that 9 play point period, and that's kind of where Albert kind of really starts to do his magic. Do you feel like this Swordcraft deck can hold a candle up to the tried and true aggro Blood here?
Absolutely, especially being on the play and having a much better hand than he had last time. He actually has the Bladed Hedgehog to play on 2 with removal spells. He's got Council plus Full Fencer to deal with big boards, which is what you need to do against the Blood decks. So, looking very strong early game here.
Right, Bladed Hedgehog is going to be much more useful than he was last game, and he'll actually get some value. Even though Noah's top decking pretty good cards here.
Yeah. Playing Vite is usually what you want to be doing into a card like this, just because it'll get it off the table, but it's kind of risky, because not taking that Bladed Hedgehog out of play this turn means that Sword, with cards that we know are in Sword, such as Geno and more Shield of Flames, things like that, just to keep clearing while the Bladed Hedgehog gets bigger is a real risk.
It can be, but Noah gets to evolve first. He will also have Big Knuckle Bodyguard, BKB, as an option next turn, so...
Yep. And took the gamble, and it won for him. He didn't have the removal spell for the Vite, so the Bladed Hedgehog had to get traded there. Angel Lord cleaning up the bat.
Imagine BKB just comes down and pass. Might even evolve, since it's just too much stats to deal with. It does open him up to Council of Card Knights, Bane Evolve, but...
And I guess we didn't really cover what Council of Card Knights did. Council of Card Knights is a very strong new addition from Wonderland Dreams that is a 5 play point spell that gives you 3 1/3s, 1 with Storm, 1 with Ward, and 1 with Bane. So a lot of value for 1 card.
Mm-hmm. Like a little Amazeus, and there he goes. He goes for the raw evolve, just because the stats are too hard to get rid of.
Luckily for BHANHacterox, he does have the Council here.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very interesting to pre-evo there, because it's not just Council that could have dealt with that, it's also the Maisie, which Noah has seen. He knows that Maisie's in the deck.
Wow, he actually didn't opt to deal with it.
That has to be a mistake.
That, I imagine, will end up becoming a mistake if Noah commits Razor Claw to it.
Yeah. I see like Razor Claw, Angel the Word, or he can even summon Bloodkin plus Ambling Wraith after the Razor Claw and just set up a big board.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting not to
evolve
even
anything
that,
over
though.
the 1/3, and then you get the 5 free face.
Well, enough.
Yeah, looks like he is executing that game plan. Wow, just not caring about the 5/6, and now he just doesn't really have easy ways to deal with it.
Yeah, he's gotten no way to deal with it, actually.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
Going for the
Very
board trade.
interesting choice for Hacterox.
And for
Goblin
Noah, I
Age.
feel like
It's
not
not-
doing 5 face there. Just basically he's saying, I want to protect my bat. You're not going to get any value out of me this game.
Mm-hmm.
My boss works us to the bone. You're done
Man, this
for.
is just... I guess he could shoot down the bat, use the Angel of the Word. The ordering doesn't matter here, really. Angel can still shoot down the bat.
That one didn't count.
This is God's
Yeah, so both these players just not wanting to relent board control. Very interesting way to play this matchup.
It's gonna open Noah up to just to slap down Sabror and go face, though.
Yep, this is looking really good for Noah now. That not evolving the Bane there, I think, really caused a huge tempo shift in the early part of this game. I think BHANHacterox had the proper draw, just not executing
Gimme.
optimally, I believe. Well, that was an insane draw. Okay, now we're back in it.
Are there?
Pulled Macy. Floral Fencer, it's so sad to just see her sit there and never do anything.
Old bee.
You can now no longer
Usually on the
evolve Floral
plane, that's the
Fencer.
case.
Yeah. Dumps hand. He does have the Fangblade Slayer next turn for Karabos, so...
Now we see the tempo shift right back, essentially. That Maisie off the Goblin Mage was much needed for BHANHacterox. That was such an optimal 2-drop to get.
Mm-hmm.
What a letdown.
I don't know if I'd say this is all of a sudden back in Hacterox's favor. His hand is just out of gas right now outside of the Fangblade Slayer, but Karabos is a much better card than Fangblade Slayer, I think, in the long run. Ooh, never mind. Okay, never mind.
Never mind. Council of Card Knights doing the work of 3 cards. When he
Literally,
decides to play it up
Fangblade
front.
Slayer into Council and Floral is quite the board flood.
Stay beautiful. Dream for eternity.
Especially considering Fangblade Slayer can still trade into this Karabos, so...
Yep.
You wouldn't.
Noah's got to deal with that.
You wouldn't.
No way to actually finish off the Fangblade Slayer here. And I think Noah's game plan, honestly, the reason why he did the board control thing is he knows Sword in and out, I'm pretty sure, and he knows that getting behind on board is probably not what you want to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Your time.
Hacterox can actually play, yeah, Council of Card Knights into Floral Fencer. That other Fangblade Slayer is huge.
Strength and beauty together.
If any of the
Yeah, this
Council
might be a good
lives...
guy.
Yeah, this is a quick turnaround if any of the Council live.
Ooh. Another summon
Which they
Bloodkin
have
is
to.
not what Noah wanted to see.
Exactly.
Your Majesty.
The Council will live. That's enough.
That's game.
Wouldn't.
The Council lives on.
The top decks are real.
Hacterox has 8 damage.
And the Albert.
Oh,
just
even
in
drew an
case.
Albert. Oh my gosh.
Sky Knights.
He's a real sword player. He's playing the Albert.
And then Noah being stricken down by Albert. That's
Ow.
the flavor win there,
Hacterox,
really.
Hacterox doing his victory pose. Good on you, Hacterox. Good job, man. Great play.
2-1 to BHANHacterox. Is this a top 10 anime betrayal right here between Noah and Sword?
I think so.
With Albert being the one in the end to deliver the killing blow. Noah will take the loss here.